and welcome! If you're new and you don't know who I am Megan. I am 1/3 of the board game Twitch stream Board Game House, which you probably know because that's also the name of our YouTube channel. Ah! We play board games on the internet for you! Today I have a few things that I wanted to talk about to continue this crazy thing that I'm doing. That is this series. Talk about stuff. If you haven't figured it out already, I am the first time DM in the title, Diary of a First Time DM. I don't know, I have a few things that I wanted to talk about today. I'm halfway into the fourth chapter or fourth part of the Humblewood campaign. I'm so excited to get this thing started. There's some really cool stuff that's gonna happen, and it's really exciting, and like I'm interested to see like where things go from here. No, I'm just ready to get started. But we have rolled our characters, so that's super fun. My players have rolled their characters, so I have 4 players who are going to be playing with. They are all actually really super excited too, because they're going to be playing as fun little animals, and we figured out some backstory that connects between 2 of the characters, so I'm pretty excited about that. I still need to talk to one of them and figure out what they're doing because they were a little behind, and they know who they are. They're watching this. I only have a couple things that I really want to talk about today. Reading through this campaign and reading through this module, I have noticed that it's really hard for me to concentrate while reading modules. It's hard for me to keep things straight because I've gotten to a point where in the previous ones it was kind of like, I think the last video I had done, as far as I had gotten, it was just like, oh, if they do this, well then this happens, and if they do this, this happens, and that was it. That was the extent of it, and I didn't have to worry about really anything else. Right now, I'm in a point, I've hit 2 of them already, where it's like, well, if your players do this, this happens. If your players do this, this happens. If your players do this, this will happen. And if your players do this, this will happen. And if your players do this, this will happen. And it just keeps going, and it's hard to keep straight. So, I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to keep all of that straight. I have a pretty good idea of how I'm going to organize it, and that will be a different video where I'm going to show you all how I'm going to start organizing. It may not stay that way, but how I'm going to start the process of getting myself organized and figure out these like mind map kind of ideas. But that right there is my biggest worry at the moment. I'm in one particular part where it's really hard for me as a DM because as a player, this would not be one of my strong suits. So it's kind of hard for me to like really like dig into it. It's great. Like I'm so excited to be able to present this stuff and like this idea to them, but I know myself as a player wouldn't probably do so well in this section, and so it's kind of hard for me as a DM to get through this section. Now, I think that I feel like I'm going to do better DMing this than I would playing this particular section that I'm talking about. And I'm sure in the future, because I plan on doing these through the campaign, and kind of talking about where we were at in the story and things like that, and letting you all what inevitably went wrong and what I had to do to fix it. So whenever this particular section that I'm talking about comes up, you can be sure I'll be like, this is the one that I was talking about at the very beginning, remember? Yeah, this will be it. That is the biggest thing right now that I'm struggling with, is keeping all of this information. I know I talked earlier in I think the first video that I was overwhelmed with all of the information that was being presented to me. But this is different. It's a different type of information. It's not just like, oh, these are the classes, these are the races, these are the religions in the area, these are the areas that they're going to be going to. This is like a spider web of possibilities that I somehow have to condense down and figure out. Like some of the stuff that I can be like, okay, the stuff in the beginning when, like, if your players do this, you know, this is what happens, and if your players do this is what happens. And it only gives me two options because there's only two things that could happen. And that was easier to wrap my mind around. It's like, okay, not a big deal. Like, it's an instant thing, and it's easy peasy. This is A, going to have lasting effects. B, I have to be able to figure out where the story is going to go after their decision is made. So I have to immediately know what, after they make their decision, where I have to go. And C, which kind of leads me into my next, topic, not getting disappointed or frustrated with the choices that my players make. So this is just about, player decisions. Their decisions are theirs, and I don't want to take that away from them. I do not like the idea of taking away a player's autonomy and choosing things for them. That's not fair. It's not right. Don't do it. I don't mind, people saying, well, you can't do that because it doesn't really make sense. But I'm also not going to be like, oh, well, your character does this. Sorry about your luck. Because that's not cool. It's not cool. But I do worry. I have played with all of these people before, and they can be a little paranoid. They can be a little paranoid. They can also be murder hobos. That's always fun. Are they going to be murder hobos? Are they going to screw something up that's going to kick them in the booty later? I hope not. Because I want them... Can you win? I feel like you can win D&D, but I feel like not making yourself to be the bad guy and getting rid of valuable allies could be considered losing D&D. I feel like this is a question that I feel like you all should answer. Can you win or lose D&D? Technically, no. And this is probably going to get cut from the video. But it's too interesting for me to not stop thinking about. But beyond that, are they going to be super paranoid? Are they going to be completely oblivious to what is being tossed at them? Or are they going to be murder hobos? All of these things are big possibilities, and I kind of have to prepare for them to be all three and have to be ready for them to, check every single door for traps, not trust any of the NPCs no matter what. These are things that I have to kind of prepare for. And scary. At the end of the day, I just want my players to have a good time. I know that I mentioned that a lot in the last video, but I feel like that's the most important thing. So if they're having a good time being murder hobos, I guess that's fine. But I also feel like at some point I have to be like, all right, y'all, you can't kill every NPC you come across, so you're not gonna have anybody left. Please stop. I'm gonna be honest. There is one character in particular, not an NPC, that I'm very worried about. Because I want them. I really like them, and I'm afraid that my players aren't going to do what I want them to do. I don't know if they're gonna survive the encounter, and I'm really sad about it already. But at the end of the day, it's their decision, but I'm gonna be really sad as a DM if that happens. Well, not even as a DM. I'm gonna be sad as a person if it happens. Because I, of course, already know, like, what kind of, hurt. Can I call them people? Animal? Creature? What do I use? I'm very confused. What do I use? We're just gonna go with character. What kind of character they are after they make the decision, or a decision, and because of that, I've gotten attached to this character. And there's a lot of cool stuff that happens if they, don't go murder hobo. And so I'm really hoping they don't go murder hobo. But again, that's their decision. If they want to do it, that's fine. And hopefully, when they watch this, they won't be like waiting for that character to like read my face. No, you're out there watching this and you're going to try and do that. I don't know, we're getting closer. I'm getting more nervous. We're doing our first, our trial run of tech this week. Getting everybody around the table and using the green screens because we installed 2 green screens. I've also been, well, we installed 1 green screen. We still have to install the second one that's going to go behind my head. Because everybody's going to be green screened because we don't have 2 of these walls to look nice behind us. But we're doing that this week, which means I need to finish reading Humblewood. It's almost done. I'm almost through it. Like I said, I only have about a chapter and a half left. So I can start getting myself prepared. Gone off on a tangent. I always do. That's about right. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button below. If you have any topics that you want me to cover in future videos, feel free to put those into the comments. I would love to take a look at them and get some things going in the future. Also, feel free to join us Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/boardgamehouse, where we play board games live on the internet. Also, where we'll be streaming the Humblewood campaign that I keep talking about. Did I say we were starting on the 28th? We're starting on the 28th! Come join us!